So I think the goal for today, we're gonna continue with this upper class area. I want to get one house right here and potentially squeeze another house into this spot. Mimi, girl, superfan status. Welcome in. Thank you for the heartbeat, friend. How's life? Sam, welcome in, welcome in. You know, actually, have a look at this. What is that doing right there? Who did that? Mimi, girl, did you do that? Also, one of these is off center. You know what? Let's not look at it. How about that? Let's not look at it. Llama, welcome in, welcome in. Mimi, I missed you. Life's been boring? Girl, what do you mean life's been go boring? You're 22. You're doing the 22-year-old things. Minimal responsibility, hanging out with friends, socializing, doing the stuff. Girl, life can't be boring. Sam, you've never been this early? We're 1 minute 39 seconds into it. Llama, thank you for the heartbeat. How are you? Weavy, welcome in, welcome in. Bean, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Girl, what friends to socialize? I don't go out. Girl, I feel you. I honestly, I don't do much socializing either. And I feel bad sometimes because my coworkers will be like, yo, dude, let's hang out. Let's go do something. I'm like, I really don't have anything planned, but mm, you know, you know, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the heartbeat, friend. Welcome in. How are you? How are you? I live like a 60-year-old, just me and my cats. Girl, that's wild. Bean says socialize with me. Cat, welcome in, welcome in. Get little items too, or just buildings? Yeah, so the whole point of this game, cat, welcome in. Whole point of this game is to build, right? So it's kind of like Minecraft, kind of like SimCity, a lot easier in my opinion than Minecraft. And so you put the buildings down, you put the roofs on them, you do the doors and the window placement and all that stuff. And you add all the extra cute little details and the lights, and change the colors and all of that. And on top of all that, you also put all these little items in there. So like that little barrel thing, the flowers, the table, the chairs, the accessories, like all of these little things. So you do that. My tiny glade doesn't do this for me. Girl, it takes time. Have faith. Misa, welcome in. X, I'm trying to build Candyland in Tiny Glade. I'm losing my mind. That's crazy. Misa, before I went live, I saw that you were playing. I did see. I saw it said, um, what's your thing? Cricket face or something like that, or cricket noise. I don't know, something like that. I saw your name and it said playing Tiny Glade. It said cricket is playing. That's funny, Misa. I know. I'm just poking at you, Jiminy Cricket. You're hilarious. Oh God. Yeah, it's too funny. Unless the extra stuff is an add-on or update, I haven't played the game in a hot minute. So, Kat, I'm not sure when the last time was you played the game, but I've been playing the game for probably like 8 months, and all of these have been in here since the time I've been playing. There is a new update coming out in September, so you just reminded me to block you. That's crazy. Tally, welcome in. Allie, how are you doing? Honestly, is this game optimized or do you need a NASA computer to run it? So, Ali, luckily this game's pretty. The requirements for this game are pretty bare minimum, and there are some people that come into the chat that say they play with a pretty basic computer that don't even really meet the specifications. So, you know, and it does have settings where you can go in and you can go through the visual and the graphic settings and turn it down a bit so it runs a little smoother. You know what I mean? So there are slight ways around it to make it a little better, a little easier. Fly high, welcome in, welcome in. Did you see my mega walkthrough castle? I possibly fly high. I've seen your mega build previously, but I don't know if I've seen your recent video for it. I don't know if I've seen the recent video. Welcome in, welcome in. Kimmy, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you? Thank you for the heart, me. So yeah, this is what we're working on so far. This is our floating kingdom cat. Nothing too crazy. Your castle looks great, by the way. Garl. Thank you, friend. Have you joined the Discord, cat? Join the Discord and share your builds. This castle is a floating castle. It's inspired by Mount Saint Michael or Mount Saint Michel over in France. I love this spider bean, girl. Maybe I should create a spider, but I guess those kind of look like spider legs. Oof, my builds are flops. That's crazy. Nugget, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you? Oh, it's on your new account? Okay, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Mimi, girl, with the go popular. Mimi, have you been streaming recently too? I don't think I've seen you doing the streaming thing for a minute. Draw a spider? Oh gosh. I'm gonna retry to make Winterfell again. Do it. Do it. Make it. Alright, let's look at this building real quick. This is the plan. FYI for today. The plan for today is to finish this area up here. That's the plan. I feel like we're so close to being done with this. Allie, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, thank you. So we've got pretty much all of this. I don't know how I feel about this building. Maybe after we put some flowers to it and give it a little bit of extra character and maybe change the color and the color of the roof and such stuff, maybe it'll grow on me. As far as this area over here, I think this area, maybe we'll make this like a, the original plan was to just do this a wooded area, but maybe do this like, you know how like at, I don't know, kingdoms such as this, or like rich people's places, they might have like those fancy garden areas. So that's partially kind of the plan. And a little sitting bench over here. And then finish this area up here. That's all we have left. And I guess maybe potentially we might put some sparkles down on this part, make it seem like it's floating. How long have you been working on this? Crisscross applesauce. Friend, it's been a minute. Definitely been a minute. Usually my builds like this usually take about a month to complete. However, this build, I've definitely been working on it a little longer. And keep in mind, I do these builds while streaming and I answer questions and all that stuff as well. So this one's taking me a little longer. But maybe also it's just the fact that it's a kingdom and it's so detailed with like these things. You know what I mean? Maybe it's all the details that has made this so challenging and taking so long. Line the castle up, make it symmetrical. So it is pretty symmetrical when it comes to this. The entranceway lines up with the entranceway to the courtyard, which lines up to this little entryway, which lines up to this, and it lines up to the flip side. So I mean it's pretty symmetrical. And when we look at it from the top view, it's not 100%. You can see the angle comes off a little bit. It's flat here, and then that's pretty close to on the same side, along with these guys over here. But then when it comes up to the steps, that goes a little crooked. But it's all right. It's all right. Jen, welcome in, welcome in. Every time I pop in, I'm like, this gets more and more insanely cool. Jen, thank you, friend. How's your day going? What you got going on today? What's for lunch? We haven't even talked about what's for lunch. Tell me. What's for lunch? Let's mess with this building. See, what if we do a wooden base for this guy? I don't know. Let's put it down. Let's see what we got. Let's also, while we're here, let's make sure before we put that building down that we're gonna have room for one more. And it's not intruding and being crazy. So we're just gonna put this down kind of as like a space holder. That's all we're really doing. Yeah, the point of this game is pretty much just building. That's it. It's Tiny Glade. It's kind of like how Minecraft is, right? But Minecraft, you do crafting, exploring, do the cave things. You have to do the mining and resource management and stuff like that. Whereas in this game, all you do is build. So in the aspect of building, like SimCity or Minecraft, it's pretty much just like that. You build, do the windows, do the doors, add all the decorations, all the fine details, all of that stuff. So, yeah. What we're currently doing, we're currently working up here on one of the final portions where I keep saying this is where like the upper class people live. It's pretty much what we keep saying with it. Stormy sky, girl, welcome in. Crisscross applesauce, this is insane. So I think for this building, what we're gonna do, I think we are going to kind of do it like I think we're gonna put a front porch on it, kind of like the ones that when we demo buildings and people are like, how do you build? I think we're gonna do something kind of like that. Be cool if you could walk around it. Well, let me tell you what. You can walk around. You can't go in the buildings, but you can walk around and check the scale of everything. And walking around is actually a great way for doing that specifically. In order to walk around, all you do is go down here to your camera, and then your camera mode down here, and you can change between this camera, which does kind of more like high definition photos, I feel like. And then we got the floating camera, and this is what I do to capture a lot of my videos that I post. And then you have your walking one. And like I said, this one's great to walk around, look at your builds, to see all the fine details. Oh, Mimi, gotta go. See you later. All right, Mimi, girl, thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Big smooches. Stay cool. Stay you. Love you. Bye. Big smooches. Don't be weird about it. But yeah, so you can technically walk around and check the build out. But yeah. All right, up here. Avril, you said just looking at it is hard. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Let's do a square portion of the building here. Perhaps. Let's see. We'll change it to the brick. And what color should we do for this building? Have we done blue up here yet? We've got green. We've got blue over here. Maybe we'll do blue. Dandelion, welcome in. Desert Moon, welcome in. Thanks for the follow, you all. Is there a pirated version? I've got no clue, friend. Look, it's on Steam though. $15. You know what I mean? For $15, I don't know how you can even think about robbing the producers. You know what I mean? It's a very affordable game. Let's do the different B3 coming in with the I love TikTok live, brother. B3. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Hopefully your day's going well, friend. Yeah, 50. So another thing that we do, and we do this kind of frequently. It all depends on how the gifts go and all that stuff. So it all depends. But we're actually gonna take these and bring them in just a bit like that. That way we can take a flat section and put it right here for the back wall. And we won't have to worry about the windows popping out a particular way. But one of the things that we do is we gift this game to people in the community pretty regularly. Just an FYI. So if you can't afford the game now, don't know if you'll like it, hang around. At some point we'll be doing some more gifts. Can't promise when, but at some point we'll definitely be doing more gifts to people. Let's do this. And honestly, we might have to just delete this base for now, or scoot it out of the way, and then bring this guy down for what we're doing here. Take that over to the side, perhaps, and out like this. Is that too far out? I want to be too far out because I do want to put a cover over this portion of it. You Tiny Glade streamers are too creative. Someone else on here is doing a mushroom build. Yeah, so that's Beauty. Beauty comes in here as well. Beauty's very creative. Her builds out of this world. Don't get me wrong. Out of this world. Do we want to keep that part brick? But one of the things, people come in all the time and they worry about being creative with this game. And so one of the things, if you aren't sure if you're going to, actually, you know what? If you don't know if you're going to be creative enough to play this game, one of the things that I always suggest to people, especially people that are new to this game, is to just hop on Google Earth, Google Maps, or just ask Google to show you some cute tiny buildings, houses, cottages, whatever the case may be, and use that as inspiration for recreating. Why not put the porch only on the right side? We have a vision. Game name, this is Tiny Glade. This is Tiny Glade. Yeah, and that's what helped me out tremendously with this game, was hopping on and recreating buildings. Yeah, B3. Not B3. Bean. Garl. Drive safe. Let's see, let's see. How challenging is it to do? So the vision for this that I'm thinking, I want this to be a 2-story house, but I want there to be a porch covering the front side. So let's put the porch on, just kind of see what we're working with here. Drag that over like this. It's all right if that guy comes out. And we'll line this up like that. I don't want that to be crazy tall. I do wish we could adjust these roofs a little bit better and bring them down so they're a little less steep. So that, for instance, like this right here, this little area, I want this roof to be a very shallow roof and just come up right there to the edge rather than coming all the way up to the top. Was this whole build inspired by something? I missed the beginning. So this build is inspired by, over in France, if you search Mount Saint Michel, that's what it's inspired by. If you decide to go there on a vacation, book 2 tickets. Let me know. Pay for my ticket. Just saying. Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye. Big smooches. How much is the game, Kristen? It's $15. It goes on sale pretty regularly, though. Let's see if we can adjust it just a little bit more. Sometimes if you feather it down, it goes down a little better. Let's all go. I wish, Jen, for real. For real. Can we go? Let's bring it back a little bit like that. What we'll do, we'll bring this guy in. If we bring it too far out the front, it'll mess with these railings. So that's why we had to back it up. Dandelion, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? How's your day going? So I think we'll just do it like this. and we'll be able to fix it over there. Good. My day's going well also. Managed to go to the gym today. Was productive with the gym. Got some clothes going in the dryer right now and in the washer. So guaranteed, give it like, I don't know, like what, like 30 minutes or something like that. And I bet you someone's gonna hop on here when my dryer does or my washer does the chime and be like, clothes done. Always happens. Just funny stuff. Actually, can we potentially lower this down? Do it like that. Do something like this. What I want to do is, you know how some buildings, I don't think we'll be able to do it up here, but we can try. How some buildings have the windows in the top parts that come across and they come out like that. It's kind of what I'm hoping to do, but I don't know if we're really gonna be able to do it with this, in all honesty. It's really gonna look that well. I think what we'll have to settle for is just doing these windows. Like what we'll have to settle for on that. But what we can do, squeeze it in. Superfan status, Kalen. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? The chime on one of the vet that I use at work saying, that's crazy. That's crazy that it's saying, do you like that? Let's see, let's see. Let's take this guy. In all honesty, to make this transition a little easier, let's back those guys in and potentially bring this out without making it too crazy. We'll give this a roof. Alan, how are you doing? How are you? Sorry for the here's the washer. Jenny, welcome in. How are you doing, friend? How are you? The little washer and dryer songs, they're kind of funny. They honestly kind of are. Alright, we're definitely have to change the color of these up. And do we want to have those? What if we do a different style windows for these guys? I don't know. I don't think those are going to go very well right there. 80, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Eating right now? What are we having? What are we eating? What's the food? Tell me. Mandy Chan, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Wait, what's this? I don't think it's Samsung. I think it's LG. I think it's one of the typical LG brands. It's nothing crazy. I think in all honesty, we're going to stick with these guys. I think that's the plan. We'll go through and mess with the color. Maybe we can try. Let's just look. All right, let's just look. What if we do a different style window up here? Just kind of like a placeholder. Did you see how this roof doesn't quite meet right there? We're gonna try and fix that. I need to work on grouping buildings like that to make bigger buildings. Yeah, Sky, one of the things with playing this game, I definitely pay attention to the buildings a lot more when I'm like driving around or just out doing things. And I think one of the things that for my next build, what I'll try and do with trying to make buildings kind of a little more, I don't know, natural looking is like when I feel like sometimes it's challenging to make buildings bigger, right? So you put down like a base building, Kaya, welcome in friend, and then you're like, all right, well, let's put another wing on this building. But if you just put another part over here, it might not look very good. So paying attention to buildings in real life, a lot of them have like a little tiny section that'll connect through the middle, and then you'll have your next bigger section over here. So I feel like that's something that I'm definitely going to start to incorporate a little bit. I don't know. Something like that. So anyways, back to this building. Kaya, how's your trip? IKEA today? What? B3 coming in with 100 roses, taking the freaking title with it, dude. That's wild. Also, Sky, thank you for the heartbeat. Control Z, thank you for the heartbeat as well. B3 coming in with the goat. That's wild. Thank you so much, friend. Like I always say, the gifts are always optional. Never feel obligated to send a gift, but they do help the lives out. Help us get us on the For You page and all that good stuff. It's always appreciated. Let's see. Let's do that. Jenny with the love you so much. 4 of them. Let's go. Kai says, I think IKEA trips are fun. Did you get anything though? Did you get anything? That's the real question. Because I feel like if you're going to go to IKEA, I feel like you probably go there with a purpose. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not just a let's go for funsies type of trip. I feel like that's definitely a trip with a mission. Honestly, what about for this roof? What if we just do this for this roof? That honestly doesn't look that bad. You got plants and clothing hangers. We did kind of go for a fun time and the food there for real. Well, the buildings, I saw your post in the Discord. Girl, that place, that might be someone else sent me some pictures of somewhere over in Germany that look phenomenal. And that might have been the same place. And I was like, dude, I want to make this as part of one of my Tiny Glade projects because it looked amazing. Come visit. Girl. I wish. One day. All right. So one of the things that we're going to do right here, see how we have a post on this guy, but we don't have one over here on this side. To get that post, so how far out do we have to go? We gotta go like that far out. And I don't want that front porch to be that big. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a path tool. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's try and make a path back here. And we're gonna delete, let's do it smaller than that. We're gonna delete the front edge of the path. But honestly, Kaya, playing this game has literally made me want to travel a whole lot more. You know what I mean? And let's see if we can match the color, perhaps. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Let's hover over it and make it big. Do this guy. Does that color match pretty good, actually? I think it kind of does. There we go. We don't have the brace like this guy does, but I mean, if you don't look for it, you won't see it, right? Do the travel. I know. I need to. I need to. Wisp, welcome in. Welcome in. Am I planning anything for Halloween? In all honesty, I'm not much of a planner when it comes to doing things. The planning aspect is most of the time 100% left up to the wife. Typical. You know what I mean? But we usually don't do anything crazy for Halloween. We usually don't do anything crazy. I'll try and drop these down. What's everyone's plan for Halloween? I will tell you, we still have a little ways to go for Halloween, but I will tell you that I do plan on doing a Halloween build. I want to know what he's doing, happening, or playing. So welcome in. This is Tiny Glade. This is Tiny Glade. It's kind of like SimCity and Minecraft had a child. It's extremely freaking cute, a little bit medieval, and it's just a building game. So that's it. That's it. Hurry up and finish this one. I know, Misa. Can you play a character? So you don't technically play as a character, right? But you can walk around and check out your village and all that good stuff. So you can walk around, but technically like playing as a character and doing things, no. Unfortunately, you can't. Yeah. I kind of want to fix that spot, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Kind of don't. Kind of not worried about it. Also, need to put a light here. We can't add people either. No people. X, tell me please. What are we doing? How'd you do the pillars? Which part? This one right here? This one specifically? Or this guy? The wooden one? So the wooden one. We put the wooden one in there because when we did this, right, it did one support beam on this side, but it didn't do it on this side over here. So if you drag it out far enough, you'll get that support beam. But I don't want the deck or the cover, the roof to come out that far. So what I did instead was I took the path tool and I kind of snuck in here and put the path down. Tried to keep it from touching the edge so we don't get the steps. And then you take a wooden fence, like so. Just drag out a small section, hover your mouse over it, but make sure when you hover your mouse over it, you get the square around your fence, right? That's going to be the big difference for that. Rather than hovering your mouse over it and getting the little line with the up-down arrows, you want the square. So when you have the square over it, you can click it and drag it literally pretty high. Almost as high as you want, but pretty high. So make it small, and then we squeeze it into place so it's over that path that we have hidden in there. And then I also make it extremely tall so it's easier to select and lower it down. And then we hover over it till we get the big square again and lower it into place. Just like that. I don't know why. That felt like X was trying to riz me through the screen with that live bio. Friend, welcome in. I'll try that later. Do it. Do it. But we did this also. We did this over here. Oh gosh, it's so busy. We did this over. Where is it? Here somewhere? We got so much stuff going on. This spot. So we used the stairs tool to make another awning type of spot. And of course, when you use the stairs tool, you don't get pillars or little support beams. So we used the did that exact same technique right here. And it looks like it belongs there. You know what I mean? It looks like it belongs there. I'm trying to think of somewhere else we've done that same technique. Can we see the whole building? Can we get a tour? Oh gosh. All right. Do the interior next, girl. Oh gosh. All right, real quick. We'll fly around real quick just so we can get a glimpse of the build. So, oh, hang tight. Where did the mouse go? Love you, bro. Anything for you, friend. All right, so let's zoom out a bit, see the whole thing for what it's worth. So we have a floating kingdom. And over here on the right side, this is where like kind of the upper class is. That's kind of like the big social spot and all that stuff. Then we have the regular village area back here. We still need to finish this area, but we don't plan on doing too much down there. So let's come down and go down the path and make our way into the village and then check out the floating castle. The interior of my castles are no one's business. That's crazy. How long have you been building this for? So drive, keep in mind, I only build this while streaming, right? So with that being said, it it takes me a little longer than what it would take most people to build on this game, I feel like. Especially since I get a little distracted. I get to chatting, I do demonstrations, answer questions, and all that good stuff. So this build has taken me probably almost like 2 months, maybe. I feel like a month and a half, but it's definitely taken a while. Definitely taken a while. Finished eating? 80. What'd you have to eat? Did you tell us? X would never get distracted. No, never. Never. I don't even like talking, to be honest. I don't even like talking. Honestly, it's not even me talking. Automated responses. Misa. He ate me. Girl. Girl. That's wild. Okay. That's wild. I'm just saying. So up here we've got our little marketplace, if you want to call it that. Girl. Dude. 80. Pizza. That's wild. Oh, that's wild. My girlfriend says the details are amazing. Kyle, buy this game for your girlfriend. If your girlfriend has a PC or if you have a PC, let her play it. Buy this game for her. It's $15. It's on Steam. It's 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 nice. It's nice. Kyle says done. I wish I had like a creator code I could give you so you can get a discount or something like that. What is this? Let me zoom in on this. Okay, we just did that for extra color. Also, follow the page, check out all the tips and tricks that I have. Tell her to follow also. Join the live, do the thing. Then y'all can both be in the live at the same time. And we can make it weird. Just kidding, don't make it weird. Heart, welcome in, welcome in. I'm about to eat. One, come say hi. Heart, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being you. Thanks for freaking being awesome. 80. I don't know what that is to be honest. But here's the kingdom up here. I want this game so badly, but I'm sure I'll get upset because I can't do all that. So, Alexandra, I tell people all the time, if you're worried about the creativity aspect of it, then instead of creating your own buildings per se, then just recreate. You know what I mean? Google Google just anything. Cottages, castles, villages, churches, anything like that, and just recreate. And then eventually you'll recreate enough that you'll be like, you know what? I'm going to kind of recreate this aspect of this building, but I like this. And so you'll just recreate things, but you'll put your own twist on it and make it your own building. You know? So yeah. Um what can we do for the back? Do we want to give this one a back porch? I kind of I don't know if I really want this one to have a back porch in all honesty. Although I feel like all of these buildings have had little back porches. Thanks for the advice. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's look at this guy real quick. I feel like that's definitely gonna be taken back in a little bit. That's definitely a skinny building. Abby, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? So I'm not sure how well these guys will do. Just woke up. Oh gosh, what are we doing today? Today, we're continuing to work on the upper class area. So this one's kind of a smaller building compared to the other guys. But we've got this building up here. We did that our last live, and we've got this building. Yeah, all honesty, Sky, I don't know. This one's turning out a lot smaller than what I anticipated. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go too much higher with it. Eve, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Bambi, welcome in. Thanks for the heart me. Breakfast, thank you for the heart me as well, friend. How are y'all doing? I'd like the one in the middle to be mine, thanks. This one. Who claimed this building? Last live. Someone claimed this one as well. Kaya, welcome home. Just kidding. Don't do any don't, you know, do anything crazy. This is my favorite house. Just kidding. I do really like this entrance. But Kaya, you can have this house. I forget who was in here and claimed this house. And this one is 80s. This one, Jenny, isn't this one yours? I think this one's Jenny's. And then someone claimed this house as well. Teach me how to do those stairs. So we're talking these stairs right here, the ones that come out and they flare outwards like that. So the flared stairs. I was hiding in the attic the whole time. That's wild. Girl. So let's put a platform down. So when it comes to the flared stairs, start out with a standard set, right? Raise it up, put it in place, make it however wide you want it to be. And sometimes this is the tricky part. Sometimes you have to adjust the width of it. And you don't have to snap it to the building. You can, but you don't have to. And let's drag it out. So sometimes this is a little tricky. Sometimes it takes more than one. And you have to put a couple different wedges in. And then we're going to do the exact same thing coming at this angle. We're going to raise this guy up. And we're going to use these arrows to make it skinny. And then we're going to take this guy and make it wide. And sometimes it doesn't get low enough to the ground. So sometimes you got to do that. And then when they don't match up, this is where it makes it challenging. So sometimes you have to take this guy and lower it down a bit and offset the steps a little bit. And they might not match up perfectly. That's where sometimes you just got to be okay with them not matching up. And then do the exact same thing over here. And like I said, sometimes it makes it easier if you do multiple sets of stairs rather than one. And it all depends. And then on top of that, sometimes it also depends on how far out you stretch your stairs. So sometimes if you stretch them out a little further, they might get closer to being lined up. But it's something along those lines for doing it. Like, see, they kind of match up a little better like that. But then you still have this area. So then you'd have to do another. And then that'd be a drastic flare coming in like that. Or if you have it coming out like that, but they match up, instead of doing another set of stairs over here, you can do one, but put a railing on it. And then line it up. Ease it up. So now you have your stairs with railings. Alley Cat, welcome in, welcome in. And then of course, if you're missing a spot where it's hitting like that, but if you adjust that, it takes everything and makes it out of line. You can always take a small section of stairs, like this guy, and just kind of sneak it in there. And take the railing off of it, and then just kind of like sneak it in there like that, and then lower it down just beneath the lip, and it makes that railing disappear. So you can kind of sneak things in like that. Beauty, welcome in. I see you over there with the raid on the other app. Carl, hope you're alive as well. Welcome in, welcome in. Cozy with Nicole, welcome in. How are you? How are you? And then Abby, another thing, another challenging thing with the steps. If you do, like, say you've got a large area, let's just make this bigger. So say we're doing a large area with your stairs. And so you want stairs going all the way across the entire building right here. So you put stairs right beside each other. Sounds simple. Sounds like they're going to line up perfectly. And it's got to be easy. Sometimes they don't line up perfectly. So an easy way to hide that, well, this one's definitely got a mishap on it. But an easy way to hide that, you can either put railings on them like that, or you can just take a single section of stairs and make it skinny and just do that same concept and run this section of stairs through that gap. You can either leave it as a double railing like that, or you can do that style, or whatever style you fancy. Only stopping by to say hi because you have to pick up your son from school? Girl, drive safe. Thank you for the tiny Carls, the Go Popular, and the Heart Me. Friend, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Wait, what are we waiting for? Jenny. Jenny says wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What are we... Where's Carl? Carl. Carl was on this path. There he is. Hi, Carl. I feel like if we do Carl, we just have to do the others as well. Alley Cat, thank you for the heart me as well. And Stormy Sky coming in with the 23 tiny Carls. Carl, thank you. I wish you can kind of pet the birds or scare them off or do something. You know what I mean? Alright. This building. This building, this building. Why does Carl get a name but the others don't? So all the sheep are Carl. Honestly, I don't know. I know Jenny named Carl, but I don't know why we got the name Carl or how we got the name Carl. Then we have, I'm pretty sure we named the ducks Paul because Paul approves of things. Okay, Paul came in here at one point in time and said, these builds are amazing, and he approved. And since then, no one has ever seen Paul before. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's how that is. Anyways. Honestly, should we do a chimney? What about the fishies? We don't have a name for the fishies, and honestly, the fishies, they just swim away. You know what I mean? Why not? Carlina? Girl, you're gonna have to ask Jenny. I wasn't in charge of picking the name. Okay. Okay. Is that good? Should we do that? Sorry, is this Jenny's live stream? That's crazy. Name them fish 1, 2, 3, and so on. Girl, you know how challenging that would be? And the amount of fish is always going crazy. It's like the ducks. Sometimes we have a few ducks. Sometimes we have a lot of ducks. Okay. I feel like this one is a very small building for what we got going on. We honestly might have to maybe drag this out a bit, bring this guy out a little bit along with this guy. Because I feel like we're just kind of squishing this one way too small. And we honestly, we can't be doing that. Let's take this window. We're going to put it right there for right now. Let's scoot that window right there. Do this double window right there. Is this big enough that we can put a chimney in here? Is it because that's there? I don't know what it is. It's because this doesn't touch the ground. That's why. Let's do this real quick. Let's bring that back. Right click that. Drag it down. Judgy, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the heart me, the tiny Carl, and the Go Popular. Am I weird for liking the house being small? What do y'all think? Should we have kept it small? I felt like it was a little too small. You know what I mean? Like I felt like it was just a little too small. Nonchalant, welcome in, welcome in. This feels like ASMR? Gar. Well, little do you know. Kind of is. Unintentionally, kind of is. Mandy Chan, thanks for being in here. Thanks for being freaking awesome. We'll catch you next time. Love you, bye. Big smooches. Don't be weird about it. Is that how you spell it in German? Maybe just for like a different feature to be there. You know what I mean? Should we, here's the real dilemma. Should we add a back porch for this? Should we do that? The way you say it, yes. That's hilarious. Thing with adding a back porch. Let's do it and see how it looks. I'm concerned that doing a back porch might kind of bring it out too far this way. And I don't want it to be, I don't want it to take away from looking at that, you know? Looking at the big kingdom. What if we did like a diving board? Oh gosh. a Juliet balcony. Diving board right into the rocks, Carl. Shallow end. No diving. Embrace the crazy. Hmm. Hmm. Perhaps, yeah. Yeah. Do something. Or maybe on the backside, maybe we should do the opposite of this. Maybe we should do. Can we lock toes when we sleep? Mess, Misa. That's crazy. Maybe we'll do the opposite. Maybe. Let's take this. See, now we're getting too crazy with it. Now we're doing things that just don't even make sense. Get a triple stack window, perhaps, right here. What do we think? Dandelion? What do we think? Approval rating 10 out of 10? Maybe this guy comes out just a smidge more to cover that, perhaps. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be easier if we take this guy and go just a smidge back. Like the precise movement is not really that serious, but it is. Don't love the other. So let's look at the tiny. Honestly, I don't really like the tiny square windows either, but let's look at it. Let's see what we can do. Guy says it's a house. All right, let's see what we can do about these tiny square windows. What if we cluster them, right? What if we take them and put 4 of them together? We'll have to do them a little taller though, because I don't think Judgy. Have a good night's sleep. Hopefully the sleep goes well. Don't be weird about it. But big smooches. Love you. Bye. Let's do this. Let's run this guy up. Bring this guy up. Do the same thing with this. So it's kind of lined up at the bottom. Saying smooches but no smooches is crazy? Okay, okay. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Don't be weird. Judgy. Big smooches. Big smooches. Big wet smooches. Freshly applied. Freshly applied. What's it called? Chapstick. Kaya says, I'm not loving this. This is awkward. This is awkward. Oh gosh. Not the wet smooches. Oh gosh. Y'all are crazy. What's the verdict? No go? Look. Alright. Can't make everyone happy. I'm just gonna throw it out there. 3 out of 10? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 3 out of 10. Alright, what about colors real quick? So let's change the roof color. Let's not focus on it. Let's not focus on it. Let's look at the roof color. So we do have a blue building over here. Do we want to match this pattern? Blue, like what is that? Kind of like a bluish roof. Red doors, red windows. The dark wood framework. Old people's houses have these windows. Well, this will be your old neighbor that you share a clothesline with, just FYI. So you're just gonna not like your neighbors. Maybe what about tiny roof windows? Question mark. That'd be your house. Oh my gosh, calling me old. Do that, yeah. To take. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. So you see how this is a different color? We can change that by doing that right there. Is that the correct color though? Honestly, the kind of greenish color kind of complements it pretty well, yeah. And honestly, I think that might look a little better. TBH. What do you think? Does that look better? Do we unintentionally do that? Just for Kaya. With these little guys here. Green's better. I think the green does look pretty good. The roof cuts off the windows. Hold up. Hold up. Calm down, breakfast. Calm down. Calm down with it. Put the windows on the roof. Just be the roof dog. So, with these back windows, are you talking about like? Here's the thing. With the windows on the roof, here's the thing. We have this layered, right? So we can't do the typical roof windows with this because of this guy. Comparatively speaking, I mean, I guess we could raise this up. Do this, perhaps. You're talking about like these guys. I think our building just like turned around on us. It just said, nah, we ain't doing this. You know what I mean? Nani, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? We lose one? What happened to our singular? Oh gosh. Put the wiener away. What if we do this? What if we offset it like that? Yeah? Is that better? Better or worse? Y'all are crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I can't deal with y'all. I can't deal with y'all. You know, I kind of think we're going to leave this bucket up here. We're just going to leave that up there. What about this? And perhaps some of these. Joe, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? How do you find the decor? So, Joe, let me tell you. Let me tell you how you get the decor. What you do is you put doors and windows on your buildings. So, if we go over here to this guy right here, and we put a door on it, perhaps, possibly, maybe. So you put a door on it. There we go. Put a window on it. Put a door or a window on it. They appear. Just like that. And you right click them, move them around, rotate them, and you can cycle through them. How you been, Joe? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How's life? How's your life? Nugget, you should get this game. 10 out of 10. Should. Joe, I'm doing good. Can't complain, friend. Can't complain. You want to do something like extremely dangerous with that ladder right there? If you fall off this ladder, you're done. Also, I mean, drop the windows in the middle of the diagonal on the roof so it's covered windows. We're talking about these windows over here. I digress. I digress. Now that you mention it, just imagine tiny citizens that live there like danger. They do. How do you get those flowers? So these flowers right here, these ones, spuzz. So when you put doors and windows, we were just kind of talking about it. When you put doors and windows, on your buildings, these little props automatically appear. So when they appear, just cycle through them until you get to your flowers. Then you can click this button right here to duplicate them. And then you just kind of put them there. Breakfast. I just saw fish number 234. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Spuds, definitely drop a follow. Check the page. Well, you already are following, but check the page out. I've got tons of tips and tricks. If you're ever in here and you need help with something, definitely ask. Most likely, I'll probably show you how to do it. Probably, most likely. Lizard, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Maddie, thank you for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roses. Thank you so much, friend. All right. Just pretend that's good, yeah? I guess we can put like a little flat spot down here. I think that's there strictly just for that ladder. Art style so cute. I agree. I agree. So if you're talking about on the back side, we can do these. Sky, I think Sky. I think you were mentioning these. We gotta do the old people house thing. But so even if we do those, right? I mean, all right, so maybe here's the thing. Let's look at it real quick. Let's look at the size of the house. What if we just go ahead and take these windows, bring them down, bring this guy down, bring this guy down. We might be able to go a little bit lower with them. Bring this guy down as well. This guy down. We do that. Kind of takes up this space a little more. Superfan status Mo. Girl, welcome in. Welcome in. X before. What are you doing, Misa? What are you doing? What's up with that profile picture? Misa, why are you on your alt account? Oh goodness. Joe, did you ask another question? He's not answering. Keep your secret, big guy. Wait, how do you get the big room with everything? Do you just? What do you mean? Can I say you're late and I can only stay for 10 minutes? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. I feel like this is a little offset now. We already decorated the inside, so you can't. I mean, you can decorate the insides. I personally don't. I find it challenging doing the insides, and it's just not my thing. So I usually don't decorate the insides. So no. You can kind of decorate the insides. Beauty was in here earlier, and Rudy usually stops by, and Luma. Luma and Beauty usually decorate the insides, or they do some sort of a build where they've got the insides decorated. Personally, it's not really my thing. I feel like this is taking way too long. We've been doing this single building for an hour, 21 minutes. Just saying. And we don't even have any banners on it. We don't have any lights on it. Oh goodness, what are we doing with our life? What are we doing? The light right there. Perhaps put a light right there and right here. Maybe just no windows on the backside. Oops. Perhaps. I hope one day they edit these things as well. So you can disconnect the banners and do this, but you can't directly choose which banners they connect to. They just kind of do their own thing. Hopefully, at some point in time, they make it so you can control where the banners connect. Joe, did someone say that you're leaving? Big smooches, love you, bye. Don't be weird. But big smooches, love you, bye. Luma and Beauty decorate the insides, but Mr. X, the insides decorate him. Wait, that's crazy. Oh, goodness. What's the story for the balcony? Oh, see, I can't tell you, friend. It's just there. It's just there. Part of the thing. You know what I mean? Part of the thing. I also never did a chimney on this building. I feel like a lot of the times we skip chimneys. That'd be alright. It'd be alright. Alright. Of all the times you read my endless messages, you just had to read that one. Dude. Look, we literally just talked about Luma. And here Luma is. Luma. Welcome in. How are you doing? Honestly, should we just do a brick building for this guy? I hope they add more colors for the bricks. I really hope they do. What, coming in with the heart hand and the heart me? Girl, Mo. Also, did I get you, Mo? With the heart me, the tiny Carls, 10 of them, and the Go Popular? Friend, thank you so much. Although I think Mo has already left. Let's back this up right there. I don't know if we're going to do the a deck on it. We're gonna call that house good. We're just gonna call it good. Let's do the same thing that we've been doing for these builds, and we're gonna do like that right there. Bring this up. Let's do the same color. Also, Luma, girl, how's your day going? How's life? Morgan, welcome in, welcome in. Did I already say hi to you, Morgan? I don't even remember. I'm so lost with who all I say hi to. I'll be honest. How's everything going? How's your day? think for this guy, perhaps we'll just bring it all the way back like this. Let's put a door on it. Make sure we keep the scale good. Do a double door for this guy. Honestly, I think, can we do darker wood? I think what we're going to do instead, let's do a set of actual steps. That way we can make these steps the dark color. Small details of the game are so cute. Kia. I'm telling you, what brings these builds to life is the small details. Paying attention to the small details is what makes it so good. Speaking of small detail, we need to change that. Alright, back to this. I don't think... They all have little like covered front porch areas, so maybe we're gonna keep that trend up. What do we think? Maybe we'll do same thing on this side as we did with this guy. We'll do this guy with like the castle style, the turrets or whatever you want to call them. You're not happy with us? He's not speaking? Girl, I feel like I'm focused. I feel like we're a little focused. It's gotta lock in. Anyways, let's chat. What do we want to talk about? Tell me about your day. Tell me about your trip. Alley Cat, how you liking Tiny Glade? Tell me all about it. We're gonna have to take these little guys out too. That's for sure. Misa, tell me, what are you doing today? What's for lunch? What's for dinner? I don't think that window's gonna look good right here. Maybe... Alright, hear me out. Is it gonna look good if we do that? Hear me out. Hear me out. How wiggly those lines look. I made a farm with the teeny little outhouses. Do it. That's awesome. Show us pictures. Very quiet live today. Oh gosh, y'all are wild. Hmm. I feel like the top definitely needs some space. Like it needs something going on with it. Sometimes it's good just to build. You know what I mean? X's bags I told him he can't read. Girl, you know I need to get that hooked on phonics, the next edition. You know we'd be struggling up here. You know it's crazy out here. You know what? How about that? How about we do a ton of windows across this top? Really, I told you we need hooked on phonics for pronouncing names. That's for real. I think you're well past hooked on phonics. I think that was a terrible system anyhow. That's crazy. Girl. Y'all are wild. I'm in uni and I don't remember what phonics is. Hey, it's me, D. Welcome in. Thank you for the heart, me friend. Patty also, thank you for the heart, me. If I didn't catch you. Um, these things up here, I feel like we need to get rid of them. I thought we need to get rid of them. Let's delete that. Let's edit this, perhaps. You know, in all honesty, what if we just make this small? What if we honestly just take it and put it on the building? For this one? Bear with me for a minute. Just gotta take that guy and drag him out of the way, maybe. Please, please. Oh gosh. I'm just going a little crazy with it. Let's just do this thing real quick just to look at it. Holy cow. Holy cow. It's the camera control for this game, easy control. So Kia, one of the things that I do for the camera aspect of it, a lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, sometimes people come in and they say that the controls are a little tricky. Personally, what I do is I strictly just use the mouse. Just using the mouse, I feel like it's pretty easy. All you do is click and drag. I use the wheel on the mouse to kind of use it to maneuver, and then you can zoom in with the wheel as well, and then you do a right click and you can pivot the camera. He's cheating basically. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's look at these guys down here. Can we feel like it'll be easier to remove these things by doing this, as challenging as it might seem? We're just gonna drag them out. When it comes to controls using the mouse and keyboard function, and and this is also speaking from someone that as a gamer for my entire life, I've played all the games that I play using controller. So me trying to learn a game on mouse and keyboard is like a kid playing a game for the first time. It's ridiculous. Like the WASD movement stuff, can't do it. Can't do it. Let's do this section by section right here. Let's edit that. Make it the dark color. Bring it up a little bit right here. Yeah. And hold on, what if we take that to the roof? What if we do that? Up like that. Is that level? Perhaps. And then, well, that backfired. Oh, where's that guy connected to? That's partially why. I was hoping to get these arches to come further out. That's kind of what I was hoping for with that part right there, but didn't quite work that well. Should we do banners beside the door? Perhaps? Because we do have a big spot here beside the door. Or should we do little windows beside the door? In all honesty, what if we do these same style things that we've done in some of the other houses, where we take a section of wall and put it there, like that. That look good? Ladies, man, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? You should do a silent stream more often. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy talk. Yeah, honestly, I really haven't been that talkative this stream. I'm kind of locked in on the buildings, perhaps. A little bit, possibly, kind of. You take your energy drink today? That's crazy. Like it's a prescription drug. Did you do your energy drink today? Are you medicated, you might say? What do we think? What do we think? Psh. What do we think? Very Poth, welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. How you doing? Rodriguez, how are you? How are you? Welcome in. It's gonna turn into one of those sleeping streams? D. What do you mean? Everyone tell Lex he's doing a good job. You're doing a good job, sweetie. You're doing a good job. Yeah, coffee. Some people don't have inner dialogues. So I was like, who's I talking to about that? Sky. Are you still in here? I was messaging Sky earlier in regards to something. It was you, Sky, wasn't it you? And some people don't have inner dialogues. We were literally just talking about this. Were y'all talking about that in the chat? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. They have static. Yeah, I don't know. So I have had this discussion with my wife. I was like, you know, some people don't have that inner dialogue in their head. And she looked at me and she was like, what do you mean? I was like, you know that when you think and you like think in your head about what you're gonna say or something like that. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? What do I mean? So evidently my wife kind of doesn't really have one either. And she just thinks in pictures. And then when she reads, it just kind of happens. And the words just like do the thing. I don't know. It's weird. The lack of internal dialogue is like just flowing with the universe. I think in Spanish and then have to switch to English in your head. Alley cat, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I think in Spanish all the time. You hear the whole thing like that. What does that mean? Coffee. What if we did no windows on the rest of this building? What if you just decided to do banners? Like this person was just like, you know what? We're just gonna do banners. So, with that being said, coffee. So coffee is one of the people. Look at that. Coffee has one or two words that pop into their head, but not the whole convo. You're also a visual thinker, which is why I was more surprised by the other thing. Yeah, so coffee. Get on YouTube. I hate to say it. You're not supposed to say that, but I mean, you can even do it here on TikTok. Search for people without inner monologues, right? Or like, what do you want to call them? Like interviews with people that don't have them. And like, there's been some looking into it or whatever. Like, it's just I don't know. It's just a different way people think. Let's Oh, it's okay. So we're gonna have to take this guy, sink it into the building a little bit. There we go. Let's do that. Easy Bake Oven. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for the heart meat, the Go Popular, and the Tiny Carl. Easy Bake Oven. How are you? How's your day going? Let's see. She said, I'm good. What are you? I'm doing good. Can't complain. Life's going well. Let's do a little balcony with this guy. Let's do something different with this building. Let's do like a little corner balcony type thing. Something that doesn't quite go all the way around. And we'll possibly remove that support beam. Surviving 5 hours of sleep? Girl, what do you mean? 5 hours of sleep? Honestly, for the backside of this, I kind of just want to do something simple for the backside of this building. Obviously, we should make these level, though. This guy, let's do this, delete the base of it, drop it down just a bit, make it small, bring it over here. Fix that. It's 102 degrees right now. It's not even 3 p.m. Sky. That is crazy. That is crazy. You know what? I feel like coffee, Patty. I feel like this conversation needs to occur on the Discord because I'm definitely not paying attention to it. My fault. I know. All right, let's fix this. Let's make this thicker, I suppose. Bring it down like that, and then bring that guy down. Is that too much? You also want to hear my DC conspiracy theories? So just know you won't find me on the server. That's crazy. I'm kind of curious. I mean, when we Discord is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like the boosting the server stuff. It's I don't know. That stuff's just wild. Cause you gotta do it every month, and you get minimal things. Cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely odd. Let's change this to dark so it stands out a bit. Let's make it a bit wider, perhaps. Is that level? It's definitely not level. Still not level. Sophie, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? Brad, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. We've got 55,000 likes, 37 new followers, 23 people have come in with gifts today, and altogether, we've got 111 people in here at the moment. So, as I always say, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being part of it. Thanks for doing the thing. Those windows aren't even. Should we lower them down? Bring them down, make them the same level. Dave, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Honestly, I think we're gonna stick with that. Is that satisfactory? Maybe let's do a bunch of flowers in the front. So we have these bushes. Across like that. We gotta go through and delete this little bit right there. Got to unlink. Well, we can't unlink those. I wish we could. Gosh, my bad. Camera just went crazy with it. Just do that. Let's go through and do this little thing. Delete the path right here. Perhaps we can get more flowers. Possibly delete some of these flowers. maybe what we'll do, run this across right here. You all hear my dog? Did y'all hear her snoring? Although this fence over here and this fence and this fence, they're not matching. So as much as I genuinely enjoyed creating that, we're getting rid of it. We're just gonna scoot it over there. Get it out of here. Do the thing. All right, Terry, welcome in. How are you doing, friend? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Shadow learning so much between you and Luma. Shadow, glad to hear. How you liking the game? How's everything going? CS OMG. You built all this? CS. Yes. Welcome in. How are you? Are you new here, CS? Let me click you. CS. Do me a favor. Hit the follow button. All right, hang tight. Let me take a drink real quick. Everyone hydrate. Do your thing. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? How's life? How's the day? How's everything going? So yes, we have a floating kingdom up there. We got a little fire pit right here, a little social spot. Here's our bar. Here's our bar. You have a second house built now and finally figured out the doors. Yeah, the doors and the windows, when I first started playing, that kind of got me too. Not gonna lie. Definitely a little challenging figuring that out. Should we fix this bush right here? I feel like that bush being in the way of this path kind of makes it, I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like it being there. And then we come around this way. Nita Bonita, welcome in. How are you doing? Honestly, should we put those trees in this little spot? Because if we put those trees in that spot, it's it's going to just take away from everything else. It honestly is. A fountain? Oh, girl, you know how I feel about fountains. And you know, we can't, you know, if we do a fountain, Patty, if we do a fountain, it's going to take like all day. Do you create the initial landscape well as well? Yeah. So with this game, you literally create everything. So from the trees to the landscape to the water, every single thing in that aspect you create. Nothing's really prefabbed. When you first start into a game and load in, it'll have a little bit of a prop for you, or a little bit of a prompt, a little bit of a start. I just heard fountain. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No one said fountain. Also, Mo, I think you claimed that at one point in time, I said that I was going to put a bridge on here. I don't remember that. Stormy Sky, thank you for the blow bubbles. Thank you, thank you. You know what? Maybe we just focused a little too much on building for a little bit. Maybe that's why the chatter was a little quiet. You know what I mean? We were just too focused. So, after realizing you need to put down the foundation for the doors. So, yes, after realizing you need to put down the foundation for the doors to spawn and windows to connect. So, with the doors and the windows, that's kind of one of those challenging things with the game. Let's just delete all this stuff. We got so much stuff sometimes. So, when you put your building down, right, your doors and your windows, they only have the icon for the windows, but you just click them down and then drag them down to the bottom of the building, and that's how you get your doors and windows. And then if you want to take a window all the way to the ground and stack them from like the ground to the roof or whatever, you can hold the control key so that it won't turn into a door. Or when double stacking windows, so you want to put two singular windows beside each other without them turning into double windows or triple windows, you just hold the control key and it does that as well. When the house isn't on the ground, which I have to figure out. I have to figure out how to get the stairs under the doors to keep them from adding rails. What do you mean, Sky? What do you mean, friend? Oops. So one of the things that'll sometimes get people is their building might not be all the way on the ground. So when they do that and they put a door down here, it's got these railings. If you have these railings, then you have to right click the building and make sure you drag it all the way to the ground. Or let's say you're doing a floating building type of thing, then you can either put a set of stairs underneath it to create like a little platform and then put your door right there. Or you can do another building like this and flatten it out and make it like your deck or your porch or whatever the case may be. But if you don't have something for your door to rest on, it's got to put those on it. Does it let you do a wall of windows? What do you mean? Does it let you do a wall of windows? So, I don't quite understand what you mean with that question. So you can do as many windows as you want. Or if you want, you can take your wall tool, like over here. One of the things that we could have done for this pathway right here is we could have done a wall and then taken windows and put windows all along our wall like this. And then lowered it down kind of like that. And we have a wall of windows, perhaps. Do you know? I don't know. I don't quite understand the question. But yeah. Oh gosh. We're stuck. We're stuck. All right, there we go. But that's another thing that you can do for, like, I don't know, if you're doing decks or whatever the case may be, or like this area over here, you could do a wall like that. Drag it out and then do this with it. Of course, just ignore that we have all that stuff down there, right? And then you could take your little windows and do like this type of thing. You have enough right there, or maybe even go a little lower with it, something like that, perhaps. Squeeze them in there a little closer together. And then we can just remove this. And then this could be your railing type of thing. And of course you can get fancy with it. Get a little fancy with it. Grab another set of stairs. Bring it up. Delete the base out. Drag it down. Bring it over. Put it on the top. Make it skinny. And make that kind of like your railing. Something like that. Just another little thing to do. Let's delete this guy. All right, so what do we think? Is this satisfactory? You make a greenhouse. So greenhouses are challenging. I don't think Beauty's still in there anymore. She said she had to go pick up her child, but she did create a greenhouse on her live. So I mean, it all depends on what you want to do. It's kind of challenging doing a greenhouse because you think a greenhouse is just windows. So personally, if I were to create a greenhouse, personally, I would do more so of like a gazebo type of a build, kind of like this type of thing. And then I would put a bunch of fake walls in it. Let's put a path up to it. So I would do something like that, and then maybe do like a lot of partially to the top walls, and maybe even like split it up a little bit, like do like this wall all the way to the top. Put one of these style windows on it, and then you can take this guy and just kind of add some layering with it. So I would probably do something like this. And then just do, but that way it gives you that kind of like open window frame type of thing. But I don't know. Patty, what are you doing? Thanks, X. Patty, what do you mean? I wish you understood it so he can show you. Patty, I see you said something about holding the control button so it doesn't snap the windows together. So if you're still talking about the wall of windows, yes. And let me tell you what, we have a lot of windows, but you can hold the control key and keep the windows from snapping together. So that technically you can create a wall of windows. You can just click the windows so it cycles through them so you can have them all matching or whatever the case may be. My golly, you got it. Y'all are crazy. So yeah, if we talking about like a wall of windows, if we look at like this build, we have a couple buildings where we have a wall of windows type of things. So yes. And then that's how we get like these windows side by side. Now that all the way around. Yeah, and so when it comes to doing a greenhouse, right? Like we were talking about, you could do a greenhouse with strictly windows, right? But from my experience, the even though you do windows on a freestanding wall, you can do windows, and they are partially see-through like that. But I feel like even with doing that, it just I feel like it blocks out so much light still. Let's raise that up a bit. So even doing that, I feel like it still kind of blocks out a lot of light. It adds personality, yes. And of course, you could perhaps like chop this right here, and chop that right there, and then you can make yourself like a little doorway type of thing for this part. I don't know if an arch will look good right there because it's so small, so we might not be able to really get the arch in there like we want it to be. So yeah, you could do stuff like that. And then, like, I don't know, the roof is another thing. That's one of the things that we also do differently sometimes. So we'll use, let's look at another map real quick. Let's look at this map right here. You can also put a roof on it like this guy to kind of give it a much more open concept and let more light in. And so to do that, to create a roof like that, that's another thing where we just utilize the stairs tool. So you hold the control key, keep it flat. When you do that on a building, it also keeps it level, so you don't have to worry about the different heights of it. Then get your hammer tool, delete the base of it, use your edit button, put a set of railings on it. Usually when I do this, I like having a set of railings, and then run it across like that. When you do this, it's going to have sparkles, so you'll need to run it so it hits a wall, or so one of the sets of stairs goes all the way down. So let's just put this over here in the corner, and put this in the corner. And then you just kind of do like a little crisscross type of thing. And do, you know, whatever design you might fancy. Match the heights up and all that good stuff as well. But so you can do something like that. And then of course, when we run them across the middle, you can actually put another dot in the middle. Bring it over, bring this guy towards the middle, make him skinny, bring the middle guy up. So now you've got like a bit of a roof. Show them one of your other builds that have a roof like that. So we've got this guy over here also. And that's kind of doing the exact same technique, but we have 2 dots on this side and 2 dots on this side. And that way we have that a little bit of a feature. The green one on the other plot with the roof like this. Hmm. Oh, so your attention span so advanced code, you know, that's very debatable. I'd say attention to detail is on point. On point. But attention span, code, friend. Um, which build are you talking about? You said the green one? We have this one with the roof like that. Imagine if he built this fast on his own builds. That's crazy. The one with the larger table inside. Are you talking about this one? Oh, yes, this one's nice too. Talking about this one. So, this roof right here, this whole building is pretty much made of stairs. But if we do this, I can see that it's, you can put railings on it too. But that's pretty much how this is made. Hello, what? Yeah, this building took a while to build. And then using the stairs tool, that's also how we get these little arches right here. And then same thing with on this map. We have these guys right here. Same concept. Spuzz, yes, I am over there on that app. And that's how we created this. And this roof. Is this the one you're talking about, Misa? CS, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. CS, friend. You've been in here for like 2 hours and you're just now in the follow button? Just kidding. Thanks for the follow. It was the other one you just showed? Okay. Psh, girl. Patty, are you still in here? Have you been keeping a list, Patty? Things done today. 2 buildings. 2 whole buildings. Honestly, I mean, we still gotta do the lights and the decor and stuff. What time is it? It's 4:20. All right. I have, hear me out. Girl, hear me out. I do have a hair appointment today. Gus, stop it. Do have a hair appointment today. You call a female barber still a barber? Or are they just a hairstylist? So we got a light right there. What kind of decor should we put on here? He has a hair appointment. Can't build right now. The audacity. It's a Barbara. Oh, is it? Is it code? Is that the name for it? Because you have like a waiter and a waitress, right? Should we put something up here? I feel like we should just do a little bit of detail here and there with this. We'll keep that guy there because cool. Why not? I like these pillars. I like them. Not gonna lie. I think they turned out pretty nicely. Let's grab our decor stuff right here. Let's spin it around so it's facing the right way. Yeah, feel bonita? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Let's do this guy. He's got to get the long, lush hair under control. That's wild. That's wild. First of all. Your dog doing some ASMR. My dog wants the attention. That's what my dog wants. My dog is like, look at me, please, touch me. Um, Deserves the attention. Debatable. Absolutely debatable. Bisa says, I'm a dog sometimes. I need the attention. That's crazy. Your dog wants to go outside. Yeah, they always do. They always do. Let me just put this like right there. Is that good? Is that satisfactory? And let's go with this guy. Possibly right there. And another big one. Bring it over here. OMG, I haven't played in a while. It looks like it's got a big update. So they're coming out with another update in September next month sometime. Do you think we could fit a chair right there? Oh gosh, let's see. Terry, did I get you? Welcome in. Thank you for the heart, my friend. Bro, how are you? Okay, lovely people. My lurking is finished. Gotta go. Love you. Big smooches. Mo, stay safe. Stay awesome. Big smooches. Love you. Bye. Can we add this anywhere in particular? Perhaps right here? Oh well. Little girl. What you doing? Hey, girl. See, if we put the trees back like we were talking about, and we pick these trees out specifically, so we have to keep them. We can't do any other trees. But if we put these trees over here, I honestly think it's just going to take away. I don't know, let's walk around. Fountain. Patty. No. I've yet to see my house. Girl. Alley Cat. I see you over there on the purple app. Alley Cat and Hibbs. HB. What'd you get? Tiny way to work on yours. It's 2 monitors, perhaps. HB, send me a message on TikTok, and I'll try to help you out with it. All right, let's look at it. Let's see. The question is, do these trees block everything and take away from this area? That's the question. Because that's one of the things I try to keep in mind when I do these builds. Usually I delete all the trees. Oh, we gotta fix that spot right there. In this view, no. Keeps with the upper class vibes. Gus, what are you doing, boy? Gus, stop licking. Dog goes crazy. I think it turned out pretty good up here. Let's fix this right here. Let's get the delete tool, delete that guy. Let's turn to nighttime real quick. See how things are lit up. Let's take these trees though. Let's just move these guys. over there. So this guy needs lights. Are you using some mods or is it just the game itself? I'll buy it tomorrow. So, the Oak, welcome in. Thanks for being here. 10 out of 10 recommend the game. I do not use any mods. This is 100% the base game. No mods, no cheats, no extra DLCs, nothing crazy. All the base level game. Is that too much? Should we do lights over here instead of in the center? I think lights over here might do a better touch. Or we can do both. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for all the likes. Imagine what a crazy thing it'd be to build with mods. Yeah, so they do have mods in this game. You can find them on the official Tiny Glade Discord site. I don't use any mods. I don't know. I'm kind of weirded out by mods. I always feel like it's gotta be like some, I don't know, viruses or some sort of sketchy stuff that's gonna completely ruin the game. And then the game developers are gonna be like, ban. You know what I mean? So I never mess with them. 3 oak, no problem. The oak, not 3 oak. Sky Kid, welcome in. Thanks for liking the live. Let's look at this house. This house is very minimally lit up. Should we put this guy up here, perhaps? Also, updates may break mods. And you have to wait for the developers to fix those mods. Yeah. I agree. I want to make my town look a little like this, but I'm not this creative yet. So if you're not this creative, I always tell people use references, right? Find a house that you like, or Google a house that you like, or a style of houses, and just kind of go from there. Like for instance, like these houses right here. For the most part, all of these houses, I kind of use the same trend where you've got the bump out for the main door. And we just took that bump out and went to the top with it with this build. And then we did, this one's flat. We have the bump out for the porch. This one we did a bump out on the side. This one we did a bump out in the middle. On this house, we did a bump out right here for the porch and stuff. This one, we did the opposite, and we did the window on either side bumped out, and then same thing with the back of this house. We did the windows on the sides bumped out, but not the door itself. So I mean, it's just kind of like things like that just, I don't know. How many likes do you have? So all together in total, I know Patty, you're like, that's not what I asked, but all together in total, let's look. Let's take this guy and put it over here. Shrink it down. Sorry, duck. Did y'all hear that, duck? Duck said quack. Shrink that down. Do the flying thing. We're gonna fly around at night. We've been going here for 2 hours, 30 minutes. It's been a very, very, very chatty live. So we've been going for 2 hours, 30 minutes. We're at 4:30 at the moment. So we're gonna say some goodbyes, do some tours, note all the likes and all that stuff, and then we're gonna call it quits for the day. So if you're in here and you haven't done so, do me a favor, drop a follow. All together with likes, we're at 62,000 likes, 48 new followers, 28 people have come in with gifts. 6,800 people have been into the live. We've got 100 people in here at the moment. Misa coming in number one with 6,200 likes. Misa's alt account, 6,200 as well. Sky coming in next with 4,000. Alley Cat with 3,000. Phillips coming in with 1,700. Um, Wacky Jackie, 1,700. Mimi, 1,400. Patty, 1,443. Just past Mimi. And then we've got Anurit with 1,300. So yeah, everyone welcome in. If you've been here, lurking, hanging out, doing the thing, do me a favor, drop a follow, send some likes, say something in the chat. Noel, calm down, little girl. Calm on down. So, yeah, and all the likes, they help out tremendously. Likes, gifts, follows, comments, even if you just come into the chat, you alert. Noel, girl, you gotta stop. If you just come into the chat and alert, doing your thing, even just saying hi helps out with putting you down as like a engaged, active viewer and all that stuff, and helps get us on the For You page and all that stuff. So all of it helps. Genuinely, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of it. Things done today? Patty, what are the things done today? Noelle's just having a good time. She wants out. Lurking and painting, let's go. Thanks for entertaining us. Shadow, just for you. Just for you. Things done today, windows and walls. Now we got two buildings done today. Granted, it took us 2 hours and 30 minutes to fully finish two buildings. Right? We got two buildings done. That's pretty good. That's pretty much, so now we can say the entire upper area is complete. We need to put banners down on this building. We do need to do that. And lastly, tomorrow, maybe tonight, probably not tonight, but tomorrow, we're gonna do a little sitting area right here, so you can sit out and just kind of look at the stuff. I feel like this would be a good sitting area in real life. And then we are going to do another little path that goes out here. And in all honesty, I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do right there. Maybe like a little garden area type of thing. And we need to finish this building right here. And then we're done. Little sitting area under the castle. We do have this little piece of land right here where Carl has been, I don't know, he's been trapped. We'll rescue him next time. But haven't seen you pet Carl today, Mandy Chan. Just for you. Oh gosh. Just for you. We'll pet him again. He looks like he needs a friend, for real. Honestly, I just love that the little ducks give us a heart. Can we find the other Carl before we leave? Last time he was up here, if I remember correctly, he was kind of like tucked away. Maybe it was down here. I remember he was kind of on the edge of the map. Oh gosh. We can't be doing this. We're going to spend all day looking for Carl. Alright, well, regardless, your hair appointment, I gotta go. X, your hair appointment. Girl, you're crazy. Alright, for real. Everyone, thanks for being in here. Thanks for doing the thing. Thanks for all the likes, all the gifts, all the support. Sky Kid coming in with some gifts at the end with the how many is that? 15 roses, sending a heart me, the 5 heart puffs, an additional rose, 6 finger hearts. Brianna coming in with 1, 2, 3 roses. The Oak with 6 roses, and the heart puffs, and Sky Kid with 8 more roses. Oak with 2, 3 more roses. Sky Kid coming in with 7. Acres coming in with the heart me. Terry with the heart me. Visa coming in with the heart pump. All right, y'all, for real. Thanks for being in here. Mac, welcome in. Girl. Mac coming in with the 2 Go Populars, the heartbeat, and the 2 Tiny Carls. All right, I gotta go. For real. Big smooches. I just poked my dog's eye, petting her head, trying to keep her calm. I literally poked her eye. It was kind of disgusting. I felt it. I felt it. It was very nasty. All right, for real. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Big smooches. Love you. Bye. Have a good day. I'll catch you next time. Big smooches. Love you. Bye.